The first author I'm going to introduce is Rita Winkler. Rita is a young woman with Down syndrome. She was born in Calgary, Alberta, and currently resides in Toronto, Ontario, with her mother, Helen. Rita works in the coffee shed in New College, University of Toronto, selling baked goods, coffees, and snacks. The coffee shed is part of the Common Ground Cooperative, a social purpose enterprise. Rita also attends the Danny Toronto Day program, where she participates in activities such as art, drama, music, vocational training, literacy, and recreational programs. In the past year, Rita has also been taking Zoom art classes from L'Arche, London, which has helped her learn the art of watercolor painting. Rita is particularly proud of being able to access Danny and Coffee Shed independently using public transit. In addition to these programs, Rita is an avid participant in yoga classes and adapted folk dance classes. And in her free time, she enjoys social media, listening to music, watching movies, writing newsletter articles, and being with friends and family. Today, Rita is joined by her support person, Helen Winkler, who is also her mother. So Rita's novel, which is titled My Art, My World, is all includes a lot of her art that she has made over the past year. And it's really important that Rita created this book because as a person with a disability myself growing up, I realized young children with disabilities don't see themselves in the art, in the literature, that the stories that were read to. So this is an amazing novel or book. I've read it and I've seen all of Rita's photos. My particular favorite was the New York picture she painted. And Rita, we are so excited to have you today. How are you?
I am good, Alexa.
I have some questions for you about your book, if that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Can you can you share why you decided to write and why you decided to paint this book?
I created this book to make you very happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your favorite page you painted in it?
I painted I with the scene.
Oh, that's beautiful. And those are both the watercolors?
Yeah, yes, it's with watercolors.
Amazing. And what is your routine for when you're producing art every day? What's the stuff you do?
Um, my routine is I do art after supper,
After dinner every
after
night.
dinner every night
For how long?
Very,
for 1 hour.
Yeah.
that's a very dedicated schedule.
Yes.
How did you learn to paint with watercolors?
I learned from Lord Martin Korea.
Yeah, her teacher is Karina Vov in Large London, and we've actually never met. It's all been done on Zoom.
Oh, wow, incredible. And Helen, how do you have you learned to adapt and make painting accessible for Rita?
Well, I think this past year, I've become closer to Rita than I ever have in my life because we've spent so much time together, and I've started to understand what the challenges are for her and then break down each one and try to come up with a solution, such as using templates to create shapes. I didn't realize how difficult it is for her to create a shape. So different things like that strike me, we change and adapt to work with Rita.
That's wonderful. What are your favorite things to paint, Rita?
My favorite paintings are birthday cakes.
Yeah, she loves to paint
I
birthday
love
cakes.
making birthday cakes.
That's amazing.
This is a musician's cake
This is an amazing cake
with a guitar on
with a
it.
guitar on it.
I love that.
Yeah.
And what's that one?
This one is
This is for a friend of mine who dances.
in front of my mom. He dances.
Yeah.
Those
So
are lovely.
since February, I counted up how many we've emailed to people, and it's around 130 birthday cakes that she's painted since February.
That's
so
wonderful.
Anytime she hears it's someone's birthday, even if she doesn't know them, she paints them a cake, and then we find out their address and we email it to them.
The address.
So you send them to friends, family, and strangers too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, we belonged to a musical group, and someone in the group had a great, it was her grandmother who was turning 114 years old, who lives in Florida. So Rita painted a birthday cake for this person and sent it to her. And yeah.
That's amazing, Rita.
Thank you.
And so I understand your uncle played a large part in your painting and with this book. Can you tell
Yeah.
us a little bit how your uncle helped make it happen? How he played his part?
Well, I'll start the story off.
Okay.
For the Common Ground Cooperative, every year they would have a bowl-a-thon to raise money. And Mark Winkler, my brother-in-law who lives in New York, would sponsor this event and he would fly in for it and it would raise a lot of money. But then what happened, Rita?
And then COVID started and the bowl-a-thon got canceled.
Yeah, the bowl-a-thon got canceled because of COVID.
Mhm.
And meanwhile, I've been working with Rita and I started seeing how she made her art and how nice it looked. So I showed it to Mark. And then he came up with the idea of self-publishing a book to be used as a fundraising tool for Rita's programs. So we put this book together with her art and people donated money and got the book. And then the book came to the attention of Second Story Press. And then we collaborated with them to create the current book. So the first book was called My Art, My World, My Story, which was all pictures and Rita's bio. And then the new book, My Art, My World, tells about Rita's life as a person with Down syndrome through her art and through her photos. So it's aimed at children. And yeah, so that's how it all came together, all because Mark had the vision to see it as a book. And that's really how it all happened.
Yeah, I love that your book, Rita, has both the paintings and things that you do in your daily life as well. So we get to learn a lot about you both through your art that you make and also the activities you love to do.
I love doing activities.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the Danny program in the bio. So can you tell us a little bit more about that newsletter and what you do with the Danny program?
We do a newsletter. If we see articles, I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, so Danny is a day program that Rita attends, and she does all different activities there, from drama to music to art to literacy. And they produce a newsletter, and Rita just loves to write articles.
Yeah, I love writing articles.
Like
we
have to ration her to 3 articles per week. Really only publish 1 every 2 weeks, or she would have the whole newsletter just for Rita.
Yeah, just for me.
But she really loves writing articles for the newsletter.
Yes.
That's wonderful. And then in addition to being an artist now, you work at a coffee shop. And how do you like working at the coffee shop?
I love working in coffee shops. I love serving customers the coffee, tea, bagels, snacks, juices, and pop.
Yeah,
what's your favorite like coffee shop beverage? What do you love?
My favorite coffee preference is tea.
A great choice, especially in the cold weather.
Yeah.
What types of book when you were growing up did you read?
I read Nancy Drew. And Disney books.
She likes Disney. Her cousin reads Nancy Drew, so that's what got Rita to read Nancy Drew.
The mystery novels are very good, right?
Yes, mystery novels, yes.
That's wonderful. And you mentioned that, sorry, just go back. So you love the mystery novels. Do you ever think you'll paint something that's sort of based off Nancy Drew? Do you think you'll paint something mysterious in your future ones?
Well, she's done some mysterious owl paintings.
Yeah, I've done mysterious owl paintings.
She loves to paint owls.
I love painting owls.
Oh, this isn't the mysterious one. This is the birthday owl.
This is the birthday owl.
But she paints all different owls for all different occasions. So she's done some spooky looking owls.
Yeah, I love making owls for Halloween.
For Halloween and things.
Owls with balloons. I know my friend Rebecca likes balloons.
Yeah, she has a friend who loves balloons. So whenever she does something for her friend Rebecca, she makes sure there's balloons. So this owl has balloons and is standing on a birthday cake.
And it's sitting on a birthday cake.
That owl looks like a very fun, festive party owl. I love it.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Rita and Helen, for answering some questions and for sharing your work and your art with everyone. I loved your book, and my favorite piece was the New York painting you did with the pieces of the cut up paper. I love that one. I think it's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much. And everyone, there's a link in the chat where you can buy Rita's book. I highly encourage it.